It's Tuesday. I'm Brad Lovett with a look at what's going on the roadways, and it's a little bit busy, as it usually is on a Tuesday. And of course, that includes 66 Winfield Dunn Parkway and also the Parkway. And of course, our favorite exit off of I-40, 407. Look for some slowdowns at night, especially on I-40 from both directions. Some nighttime construction projects. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. Good way to avoid that is just to take 640 around town, and that will put you right out east of Knoxville, so not quite the problem that it could be. Otherwise, look for some problems on Alcoa Highway, which is pretty much normal. Some construction going on there, and usually heavy traffic during the commuter hours as well. That is your look at traffic. We'll have the show coming up, and also check in with Kira, Savannah, and Hannah.
How do we turn moments into memories? Those moments where the right people are right beside you, and the anticipation of reaching the top makes you feel like a kid again, where the only arguments are who goes first, and trying something new never gets old. Visit us at Anakeesta, where there's magic in the mountains.
I'm usually the camera person, but we're out here for a special Halloween event. We're gonna wait till it gets a little bit, a little bit darker, like the camera. They're setting us up with some nice food, so we're gonna wait till we get a little bit of that, and then when it turns a little bit darker, it'll be, I guess, time for their festivities and stuff.
Yeah, it'll be the Legend of Hollow Mountain, and they're gonna scare us, and I'm probably gonna fall for being scared.
See our reactions.
Yes, but first, food.
So the cool thing about this mountain is that it turns a little bit scary after dark.
The Legend at Hollow Mountain.
So we're here to check it out. We got a couple of scare people coming out from the mountain. The activities are going to start during the nighttime, and all the super scary stuff is going to be right up that mountain. Right?
If I pee myself, don't make fun of me, okay? Ooh, yummy. Yummy eyeball soup.
The legend of Hollow Mountain begins when the ancient settlers were here on this land, and they were cursed with a pestilence curse. And ever since then, they've been trying to come back and capture their souls to be miserable with them.
I'm the only survivor left of this here summit. Sadly, I am not doing good. Every time I did
I can't show you guys everything because we don't want to ruin the surprise for you.
But if you want to enjoy the surprise, come up here to Anakeesta. It's fun!
Now pop down!
So as you can see, people are lining up already to come in. It looks like a bunch of glitter.
Oh man, you can kind of see it.
Will they bite?
It's pretty awesome. No, the fireflies won't bite.
That's pretty too. It's real pretty.
So we just walked across the
Firefly Forest experience. That. I remembered it now, but I didn't remember it earlier.
They're not real fireflies, but they look real.
Yeah.
And now we are going to go zip lining.
Oh, there, yeah.
Hey.
Watch her.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah, Kira?
I've never done it until today.
Yep. And her first time was at night.
It was, and it wasn't. You gotta sign our waivers first.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done this before. Have you done this?
I haven't done this before.
It'd be fun to see if we survive.
Oh gosh.
I don't think he made it.
Maintain a safe distance between you and the thread in front of you. Do not bump the thread in.
Oh man! And we got the full moon out.
and it looks like a spotlight, but I
What
promise.
did you think about that?
Okay, this has honestly been one of my favorite nights that I've had like this entire year. Just complete euphoria going on in my brain right now. Coming up the mountain back from the Rail Runner, like after you go full throttle down the hill if you're brave enough, it was just so beautiful because I didn't have to keep the thing pulled forward, and I could just look around, say bye Hannah, see you later.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us on another episode of Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Frank Murphy here with Robert Owenby, Kira Cup, and Brad Lovett. All the fun stuff to see and do as we get another day deeper into the fall season. Brad, what's going on?
Well, happy second day of fall now.
Yes.
Or first full day, I suppose you could
Okay,
say.
sure.
technically. So we're looking forward to maybe some cooler weather, though I've known summer to stick around a while.
Oh yeah, I
in these
mean,
parts.
I think public pools should stay open until at least October 1st.
I would think.
Because I
and
know you can, I mean, sometimes it's hot enough to swim at Halloween, but then there's so many leaves that get in the pool anyway, so you gotta.
True.
Well, where I live, the public pool that we have, basically September 1st or Labor Day, gone.
Yeah,
it.
that's what I mean.
Forget it.
I think the only reason they do that is because the kids who work as lifeguards go back to school. I don't see any other reason why the pools couldn't stay open if they could just hire more people to.
Sure. Now, in our apartment complex, though, there's no lifeguard, so I'm not sure what the reasoning is, but I guess
Oh.
I'm not supposed to know. I have put a request that why can't we stay open later, but oh well.
It should. It totally should.
When you come home and the pool's closed and it's like 97 degrees, it was
See,
a
that's
couple weeks
just
ago.
depression. That's, to me, that is sadness. My least favorite day of the year is when I have to close the pool at home.
Sure.
Well, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just about 10-15 minutes away from a good, cold mountain river.
There you go.
There you have it. Now, if you could warm up that river to my pool temperature, which is 80 something.
Not going to happen. It's cold even in 90, 95 degree, 100 degree weather. It's still cold. Make
You know
up
what?
bottoms.
This is something I would actually like to explore this because I love to go in the water.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to take you up on this.
Yeah, you got to
All
try
right.
it.
Yeah.
There is definitely water fun still in the area because the beaches at, I don't know if they're lifeguards or not, but Danbridge area, Douglas Lake, and of course still boating
Oh yeah.
and great weekends still, or
That
weekdays to have.
that movie I think I've talked about here, where I got eaten alive by a catfish. We filmed that part fairly late in the season in the fall, and I fell into Norris Lake a couple of times as we did this for the movie, and it was very comfortable. It was, I mean, in fact, there was steam coming up or fog coming up off the water because it was so much warmer than the air. So you didn't want to get out once you fell in and pretended, oh, catfish, yay. I didn't want to get out to take two because it was much colder in the air than in the water.
I can certainly imagine that. Now, if you like rafting, some of the rafting destinations still have fall rafting. Now, you have to call them because they don't have the guaranteed water like they do during the summer.
Yeah.
But there are fall trips. Usually they are the more calm trips, I guess is what you could
Nice.
say.
Sure.
But you want to call your favorite rafting destination and find out what their hours of operation might be this
Very
fall.
good. All right.
So lots of things to do here, and Gatlinburg having their chili cook-off Wednesday, November 6th. We're going to extend that fall season a little bit, and lots of pictures to take around here. Businesses already have their pictures up, and you'll be seeing a lot of them here on Mountain Fun Life and Morning in the Mountains. And we hope that you'll send us your pictures.
Pictures
too.
of fall foliage.
Fall foliage, fall decorations. A lot of fall decorations around here. And Dolly Parton Stampede always has a really nice display. That's only one. You'll find them just about everywhere.
Well, thank you for pronouncing foliage correctly. I used to work with a DJ who could not pronounce the word foliage.
By
It's
using the same
foliage.
colors.
Yeah, well, she called it foliage, and because she also misspelled it. She thought that was how it was spelled. Like aluminum foliage. Like no, that's not it. It's foliage. but she could not get her head wrapped around that. I'm sorry, just out of all the DJs I've ever worked with, I think I just outed who it was. Oh, no, wait, no, it's not the one you're thinking of. It's the one before her.
So all the DJs now have been properly corrected.
They don't listen to me.
There you go. And of course, the Quartet convention going on this week in Pigeon Forge at the LeConte Center with lots of artists in town. Too many to name right now, actually, because we did that yesterday. No,
Exactly.
But there are concerts today at 9:30 and also at 5:30. And of course, there are Hall of Fame inductees. And of course, that's going to lead into Dollywood and the Fall Harvest Festival. That starts this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Exciting.
Hard to believe, but the Great Pumpkin Luminites and that beautiful fall displays. Now,
They won an award for Great Pumpkin Luminites from one of those theme park associations.
they did.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Definitely. So you can check that out, have fun, and hear lots of Southern gospel all day long at Dollywood. Then you have this now. It's a family-friendly celebration. It's not Fright Night. I've been to Fright Nights at Cedar Point and Kings Island when I lived in Ohio, but this is not it. This is a nice, colorful family fun event.
Dolly's is defined. It's almost like Disneyland, a Disney World where they have Mickey's not so scary Halloween. Dollywood is definitely designed to be a friendly, fun Halloween as opposed to because there's plenty of haunted houses. You can go anywhere around to find a haunted corn maze or this, that, and the other thing for the scary stuff. Dollywood is taking the other angle, which is great because no one else is doing that. But if you want to see death and decomposition, I got a gig for you this weekend. I mean, it's scientific. It's actual death and actual decomposition. I'm doing a lecture with Dr. Bill Bass from the Body Farm, and that is on Saturday night, the bye weekend, of course. But it's in Oak Ridge, so if you want to head on over to beautiful Oak Ridge, Tennessee, look up Children's Museum of Oak Ridge on the internet, and you can buy a ticket to join us for this forensic lecture. And I'll tell you the best time of year to kill somebody.
Wow.
From a forensic point of view, he can tell you the most difficult time of year to find a body.
Got it.
Is what it really, but he says it as a joke that way.
Is there another thing that tells you where to leave the body? That's where
I'll give you a hint. It's now. But anyway, right before the leaves fall.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Alrighty then. Let's
Forensically
talk about
speaking.
some of the things going on this weekend. We do have, during that bye week, we of course also have Greek Fest in Knoxville.
And St. George's on Kingston Pike.
We've got Olaf Fest.
Market Square, downtown Knoxville.
And in Danridge, it's the Scots Irish Festival.
Somewhere in Dandridge, Jefferson County. Exit 417.
Yes. Don't miss it. Right by the lake.
Okay.
Danridge, beautiful town, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I know. I used to work with a DJ who lived there. I had to go, he made me come over to his house supposedly for lunch, but it really was just to set up his Wi-Fi.
Will they be serving scotch?
Oh, I bet. You would think.
Scotch.
Eggs. They should sell those.
Scotch eggs?
It's some kind of disgusting hard-boiled egg or fried with, have you ever seen this?
Is it like is it a fertilized egg?
It's something weird. It's got like a deep fried outside. We'll have to Google it later during the break. But anyway, I guess we probably should wrap up at this point because we got now so deep onto Scotch eggs that I can't think about anything else. All right. Well, you can get some great deals on some of these attractions that we've been talking about and different stuff that we haven't mentioned. If you want to go ziplining to look at the fall colors, you can call us.
865-978-1152. That's 865-978-1152.
Like Kira goes ziplining with all the cameras and all that nonsense, right?
Yes, it's so much fun.
Yes. All right. Those are the kind of deals we've got for you. We'll be back with more of Morning in the Mountains coming right up on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Thanks for watching.
Here's your look at the weather on this Tuesday on the Mountain Fun Life channel and Morning in the Mountains. Now the big question that everybody's asking is, when is it going to start feeling like fall? Because it feels like summer to me, and it pretty much does to me too. It's 87 degrees. We've had highs of that caliber over the last couple days, and remember we had temperatures in the mid and upper 90s not long ago. But we're hopefully going to start cooling off just a little. Not cold, but just a little bit, enough to turn the leaves and make it so you might need to take a jacket as you head out to work or your vacation fun. Look for highs today around the upper 80s, though, around 87 or so. Lows tonight, though, 61, so just a little bit crisper in the morning, so you'll want to take a jacket, quite possibly. Now, of course, if you're hiking up the mountains, it does get chillier up there. That is a look at your weather forecast for your Tuesday. Let's see what the rest of the show is all about.
Our new Mountain Fun Life channel launches June 24th.
On it, you can see news, weather, and magazine style information.
We take a dash of
You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel, Roku, Facebook, YouTube. Thanks for finding us, liking us, and telling your friends about us. I'm Frank Murphy here with Robert Owenby, Kira Cupp, and Brad Lovett, who's got information for us about how to best enjoy the Smoky Mountains.
We have a lot of great things going on. Also, some new places opening up. We've got some restaurants. Chesapeake's, they've got their location in Gatlinburg.
I know, my buddy Bart is a big shot with that company. He's been posting behind-the-scenes pictures on Facebook of the preparations. And then it turns out that one of my wife's best friends has a son who has been a restaurant manager in Gatlinburg at different places like Dick's Last Resort and whatever was there before Dick's Last Resort. He was in charge of that one. Well, he's now the general manager of the new Chesapeake, so guess where we're going as soon as I can get my wife up to Gatlinburg.
There you go. Now,
Johnny. Hey, Johnny Seffernick, we're coming.
make room.
Yeah.
Save the best seat in the house.
Absolutely.
Now, that's just one of several new restaurants around. We have got Puckett's Grow just down the parkway from us here.
You said Puckett's, right?
Puckett's, yes.
Okay.
Gary Puckett, the Union Gap.
Oh.
If you're old enough to remember.
Boy, did I despise their songs.
Which many of you are not. Puckett's Grow is new to Pigeon Forge, just down the parkway, like I mentioned. It's at the Incredible Christmas Place, and there was a Denny's there for a short time.
There also was a Christmas restaurant there for a short time.
Yes, there was.
So now it says Eat Local. So if you're looking for the word Puckett, that's on there, but you might see the Eat Local sign before you see the Puckett.
It's a really nice building, too.
Oh, yeah?
It's beautifully designed.
Yes, I was there when it was a Denny's.
Yeah.
And I was not there for their Christmas restaurant before that, and I don't remember the name of it.
It was the Incredible Christmas Restaurant or something like that. It was connected to the hotel and the store.
Sure. Pigeon Forge is the 6th location for that chain. That
For
includes
Puckett's?
Restaurant Puckett's, yes. That includes Nashville and Chattanooga. Now, local attraction in Gatlinburg is new on the scene, and that's another new place called the Local Attraction, and we're looking forward to them too as well. They do have a fully stocked bar. They're a family-friendly restaurant with a fully stocked bar and live music on Friday and Saturday nights.
That's kind of the trend, though, in family-friendly places. You know, like there's that. There's a place in Knoxville where you go inside and you play arcade games and skee ball, and it's got a huge bar for the parents to go sit while the kids run around and play all the games. So that's very family-friendly.
I think I know what you're talking about. I
it
love
called?
that place.
The name's on the tip of my tongue.
Sutries?
No,
No,
this one is,
place. Oh, my
it's
bad.
behind Culver's. That's all I can tell you. I can't remember the name of it. Big something.
I'm out that way every day, and I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
anyway. Now, we have new attractions. We have old attractions, returning attractions, and of course, Dollywood going to be opening their Harvest Festival with the Great Pumpkin Luminites this weekend. And you had a chance to check out Anakista's new Halloween.
I did. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It's so well thought out, everything that they have. I think one of my favorite things was their swinging bridge. They have these like firefly-looking lights going everywhere. It looks
So artificial fireflies down under
they're
the bridge.
artificial and above you.
Oh,
They're
really?
everywhere, and it looks real.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Now, I was impressed by the zombies. You did a video with
Zombies are cool, yeah.
the sister tag team of Hannah and Savannah.
Yes.
And they had a gravedigger who was talking to you.
There were so many incredible, talented, scare people
Oh, yeah.
who were very scary.
Now, all right, you
jumped
also
several
happen to be an actress in the East Tennessee community.
I do.
And they mentioned in your video, and we hired some actors from the local talent agency in Knoxville. Did you recognize anybody?
I did not recognize anybody. I was kind of surprised. I
So
thought
they
I would.
did good makeup then. Okay.
They did, yeah.
That's always good. Anyway, you can find the video on Facebook and YouTube. So definitely look for that. I will get that posted once again and tagged so you all can see it.
Oh yeah, a really good job on it.
It's a good video. We had fun with it.
I was telling my grandson Artie, who was obsessed with zombies, that I'm trying to let him realize that it's okay to enjoy zombies as long as you know they're fake.
Right.
So I told him the part about the interview lady who said, "Oh yeah, we hired these great actors to play the zombies," and then the zombies are like, "Oh, why'd you give away our secret?" So Artie appreciated that.
I used to have fun with the actors when I would go to. I did a haunted house tour at a radio station I worked at, and Rich and Linda in Springfield, Ohio, if you're watching today, but we all had fun going to, I think, every haunted attraction in Ohio at that one point, or at least in Southwest Ohio, including Kings Island, including Cedar Point, and I used to just have fun with these actors who come out. I'm like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. You know, it's like,
Yeah, exactly. It's fun because you know they're not going to touch you. They can't.
Right.
Right.
That is true. They don't, and most of them do not allow the actors to touch the customers.
No touching.
So yes, but we have plenty of those attractions around here, and we'll be talking about those as we go on.
Oh yeah, Anakist is one of your Mountain Fun Life best deals.
It is, and you can get tickets to there if it's a call at 865-978-1152. That's 865-978-1152.
We'll be back with more of Morning in the Mountains coming right up on the Mountain Fun Life channel on Facebook, Roku, YouTube, etc. My mom's got Roku, so I'm supposed to mention it a lot. And thank you for watching. Stick around for more. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Hi, Frank Murphy here. Delighted to be joined by a good friend of mine who is a world-famous fashion model, Victoria Henley, who you may have seen on America's Next Top Model season 19. Hi, Victoria.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. You are a world traveler, but when you go on vacation, where do you come?
Pigeon Forge, 100,000%. Even when I'm traveling, I find myself thinking, okay, when am I going back? I look at my little schedule book. I love it here. It's my place.
Yeah. So, I mean, you were in New York. This picture behind us is the showstopper from New York Fashion Week.
It is, yes.
That's why I picked it to put up there, because even I, like, wait, do I actually know that person? It's like you see a superhero, you're like, wait, I know
well,
who that
I do
is.
have the cape, you know, so that was the showstopper at New York Fashion Week, so it was opening night. Nidal Naoud, who he's a big, all of the Oscar winners in Venezuela and all of the Miss Universes, he dresses them, and I've grown a good relationship walking with him, and he put me in his finale piece. It was amazing, and you see that jewelry right there, the big hoop earrings, Jory Television Jewelry, which is just in Knoxville.
Yeah.
And I actually debuted JTV for New York 2 years ago, and now it's really grown too.
You're the brand liaison.
I am.
For Jewelry Television into the fashion world.
I am, and that's actually how I really discovered this area. I had been coming here. 2014 was our first time. It was my mom's birthday around Thanksgiving, and I came and I said, "Where has this place been all my life?" I mean, Dollywood, like it's a dream.
You're not that old.
Well, that's true.
I mean,
that's true.
Because I remember when I first met you, saw people would start posting about you, and they would put hashtag ANTM19. And I thought, well, I mean, she's young, but she's not 19. I didn't know what it meant.
Exactly.
It meant America's Next Top Model.
Yes.
Season 19.
It's so funny because I would post in hashtag ANTM, and someone asked me, they said, "You must really like the Ant-Man." And I said, "The Ant-Man?" They said, "Why are you always putting Ant-Man on your thing?" People don't know but it's America's Next Top Model. It's abbreviated.
ANTM,
yeah, that's true.
So all over the world, I mean, you just did a show. Obviously, you were in Tennessee this week, so you did a show in Morristown with some of my friends.
I did.
Who were, because you called me one day and said, "I need some models." I'm thinking, who do I possibly know who could be a model? But I know a lady whose daughter is a model.
Yeah, and she was wonderful too.
Oh, good.
She was wonderful. You know the best models. Frank, this guy knows everybody. I call him the omnipresent Frank Murphy because he's everywhere. There's a local pageant. There's Frank MC.
That's how I met this lady. Yeah.
That's right. I think so, right?
Yeah, she was in charge of the pageant one year, and her daughter was a contestant, and you needed a model. I said, well, call Melinda, and you'll see if you can get the hookup.
So, and there's so much. I'm always blown away, and I'm not surprised because look at so many great filmmakers, musical artists. They come from Tennessee. It's no surprise that there's amazing talent here. But even in someone that's in fashion and branding and modeling, when you come here, there's some of my favorite models I work with are from Tennessee. I mean, the backdrops. Look at the mountains, the waterfalls. I mean, people pay big bucks to go to Jamaica or to do photo shoots, but there's all these resources right here, and it's amazing.
Park. Yes. And then, of course, you'll take some of those models with you when you do your show in Ohio. So that you're now becoming an entrepreneur, not just the model who walks at the end of the show because of all of that amazingness, but you're the one who says, oh no, I can hook you up, I can book this, I can plan and become part of the organizer.
Exactly. And I mean, that's something I always wanted to do when I first started modeling when I was a toddler, and then that led to jobs with Belk and Dillard's and Pennies and that kind of thing.
Which is the one where you had to stretch to gain an inch of height.
Exactly.
One of those jobs.
He and I were talking about that before the show. You know, models generally are tall.
You're tall.
I'm tall.
And you've got the
5'11".
bun head
well,
today.
I do the bun too, so that adds a few inches. What does Dolly say? The higher the hair, the closer to God. So I've got to fit in around here. You know, I got to do it. But yeah, when I auditioned for America's Next Top Model, during breaks I would actually write out business plans of, okay, modeling prom dresses, that's great, but there's not a lot of longevity in that. So how do I make this more of a brand? How do I partner with other brands? So that's something I always wanted to do, and this area has been a big part of that kind of, coming to fruition.
Oh, fantastic.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so I love it when you come to town. I mean, we met because you came to our improv show, and I thought, Victoria's smart. She's getting into hosting and MC work and television and all those things, and you came to an improv show, so you could kind of think, all right, well, this is how you think on your feet. This is some skills that you could pick up.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, Einstein Simplified. You guys probably know by now, but it's such an incredible show. I mean, I was wandering along the street one night, and this man was out there. I saw
wandering along the street.
That sounded strange. Like I just go wander the streets. I don't do that. But
it's Market Square. It's a pedestrian mall. It's designed for wandering.
That's true. It's designed for meandering. Maybe is a more appropriate. I was meandering along, and I saw a sign, and I went in the following Tuesday, and then I remember seeing you, and you were so quick, and I thought, man, you must have a lot of experience with that.
That means I'm old.
No. But when you would see Robin Williams and just how he was always on, that's you. Like you're always just in that mode. So I love that. I miss going to Einstein. That was my Tuesday ritual.
Well, when you're back in Tennessee, I mean, if you've had so many gigs, part of the thing.
Yeah.
Because obviously I follow you on Instagram, like we have behind us, and you're a social media influencer with Instagram and Facebook, and just out there all the time, showing what's cool and what's new.
Yeah, I love that. Social media and make sure you follow Mountain Fun Life, by the way, because I mean, there's so many giveaways, right? I look at it, and there are ticket giveaways. There's amazing shows here. Social media is where it's at. I mean, my grandmother does Facebook, my cousins do Instagram, everybody in between. So you want to make sure you connect and you share with friends, because when you come to a place like Pigeon Forge it's easy to get overwhelmed and not know where to go. So that's a big part of what I do for brands is, hey, here's what's out there, here's what's new, and I feel like Mountain Fun Life is kind of the influencer for the area, so to speak.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm so happy to be
follow
here.
Victoria Henley. You'll find her just as charming on Instagram and Facebook as she is in person. Appreciate you coming by, friend, and I'll see you again soon, I hope, right?
Yes, I hope so. Definitely soon.
All right.
Thanksgiving, we'll be back.
All right, well, deal. At Victoria Henley on all of the social platforms. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. I'm Frank Murphy. We'll be right back with more after this. This is Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Frank Murphy here with Robert Owenby, who loves to educate us about the history of everything in our beloved Smoky Mountain region. What do we got today, Robert?
Oh, we got all of our previous segments. Remember, you mentioned something. You put me onto this line.
All right.
Thinking here, you said something about kudzu.
Oh, that weed. That nasty vine that attacks my trees.
I said, I don't think I could.
Kudzu, kudzu?
Kudzu, and I said, no, I don't think I could.
Could not. Couldn't
could
zoo.
not. Could not. Could not. But anyway, yeah, you kudzu. And you mentioned this, and you said this would make a good segment. And I thought, huh.
Well, it's all over the
The
South.
guy's got
Can't-
something up here.
Can't get away from it.
He can't get away from it. But kudzu is not native to the area. It isn't originally from here.
No.
So, no, but you knew that already.
I did,
so-
because it sounds like a Japanese word to me,
It
as
is.
opposed to a Southern word, which would be cuz.
Because of you.
Yeah.
This is because of you.
Right.
But anyway, we better get into the segment here before we run out of time. But the kudzu, it's also called Japanese arrowroot.
Oh.
I didn't know that. Japanese arrowroot.
Okay.
And it is Japanese.
Yeah.
It's an oriental type of climbing vine. And
I don't know how it got across the Pacific Ocean, but it got here.
well, in the I'm going to get into that here in just a
okay.
minute. In the genus Puraria family,
Okay.
of
So-
that's a member of the pea family.
Uh-huh.
Now I didn't know that. That was new to me.
Oh,
That was
like
news
as
to me.
in, like the peas
It
you
is
eat on
Shelly
peas and carrots?
peas and peas and carrots
Oh.
is a member of the pea family, and it does grow on a vine, and it's a climbing vine, and they are very, of course, as we just mentioned, they're very invasive. You see those southeastern United States,
Yeah.
all over the place. You'd be driving down the
Because
road.
further north, it
interstate,
gets
and you
cold
see
enough to kill the stuff
it
off.
doesn't grow as well
Yeah.
in the colder climate. But the plant is considered by some to be a noxious weed. But I have some very interesting information that was kind of a surprise to me.
So you're saying it's less noxious?
It's less noxious. It's actually edible. It's edible. It can be the leaves, the tender leaves, tender shoots can be eaten as raw Spanish.
Oh.
You can even cook it like turnip greens.
So when I finally go broke, I can just eat my backyard.
You can. I have an interesting story. I'll not get into it right now about. I was accused of grazing one time in the meadow, but I'll not get into that right at this moment. But anyway, they can be cooked. Now the roots. This is what got my attention.
Because you said it's part of the arrowroot.
It's called another name is arrowroot.
So because of the roots of the plant?
Because of the root. I don't know whether it's because of the. It's
right.
probably. I have never really dug one up because
what about?
I wasn't. I didn't know that it was valuable enough to dig out of the ground and prep into something to eat. But the roots, they can be actually baked in an oven, and they have the flavor kind of like sweet potato.
Oh, really?
Yes. Or they can be dried out and ground into powder, kind of like and used as a topical like paprika,
Yeah.
like spreading paprika. You can grind that.
So there
into
finally
powder.
is a use for kudzu, but it's just so much of it. I mean, how do you, I think if we all ate kudzu for a year, we wouldn't get rid of it all.
And a lot of people out in the wild, maybe if they get lost or something, and even wind up death by starvation.
Oh, eat the kudzu.
And maybe they actually what we call kick the bucket. Maybe right on food that's all around them that they
You
can
know
be
what'll happen
eating.
though is the kudzu will grow right over them,
The
and you'll never
kudzu-
find them.
No, that's you.
Just,
Yes. But okay, how did we get kudzu in the United
Yes,
States?
that is what I want to know.
Especially in East Tennessee. Okay, this is interesting. It was brought to the U.S. to the United States in 1883 at a centennial celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And it was brought to New Orleans and Philadelphia.
What a mistake.
It was,
First of all, they missed the centennial by 7 years. Secondly, they brought this kudzu over. Well, I mean, if you could go back in time, if you could get in a time machine and go back to 1883 and say, I know we're 7 years late for the centennial, but get rid of the kudzu.
well, by mistake, as you say, mistake, it could be on how you view it. Are you hungry enough to You know, this
If
is
I'm a goat farmer, maybe I would have goats that would eat kudzu.
this is something I've never tried, but I shall have to try the kudzu
Okay.
as a raw green. I want to try it
All right.
and cook the root.
All right.
And or bake it, and maybe even dry one out, make it into a powder.
Well,
I'm
you've
going
got
to
a
try
cooking
this,
show.
and I'll let you know. Yes.
I'll come on the show with you. We'll go eat it.
Okay, we'll
right.
have the greens and the root and everything. But
All
anyway,
right.
but this is how it happened. And the kudzu at this exhibition or whatever centennial exhibition, it became popular as a plant, like in a little flower vase or something, and it climbs out of the flower vase to the newest utility pole and it begins to climb.
It's Little Shop of Horrors is what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Don't feed the plants. Well, thank you, Robert, for that enlightening segment on kudzu, which I still don't like, even learning the history of it.
But thank you for bringing it to my attention.
All right. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. We'll be right back with more coming up. That wraps up our Tuesday show. I've got a full day ahead of me because we have auditions for Einstein Simplified tonight at 10 p.m.
Ooh.
Yeah, so if I look a little bleary-eyed tomorrow, you'll know why. I've got an excuse, a very long day ahead of me. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. I'm Frank Murphy with Robert Owenby, Kira Cupp, and Brad Lovett. We appreciate you joining us, and we'll be back with more coming right up tomorrow, I guess. Right? Hello.
We'll be here.
Goodbye.
See?